What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including The Rock never returning to WWE, Roman Reigns written off WWE television, WWE scams a fan, WWE legend buries Becky Lynch, a top star breaks character after Raw, WWE planning a major angle, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number 1, Raw, is Asuka. Now, Asuka received a megastar level reaction on Raw, and the crowd were into every second of the Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day. Whilst the ending of the match was heavily botched, the rest of the action was solid, and it was great to see WWE give significant time to a women's tag match on the show, something they never seem to do. Number 2, the crowd. The self-proclaimed greatest crowd in wrestling lived up to the hype yet again. The French crowd were into absolutely everything on the show, and WWE could consider making a French-based premium live event a yearly tradition. Number 3, character development. The storyline between Io Sky and Asuka continues to be the undisputed highlight of Raw. WWE devoted multiple segments to furthering the issue between the two, and the fans are even speculating that WWE may have Asuka cost Sky the world title at Wrestlepalooza in 3 weeks' time. Number 4, world-class promo exchange. Becky Lynch and CM Punk engaged in what could have been the top segment of the year. The segment had intensity and a ton of realism attached to it. The segment would come to a climax with Lynch slapping Punk multiple times across the face, and Punk would declare that Lynch is going to regret putting her hands on him. And fans continue to speculate that WWE are bringing back AJ Lee, and even more teases were planted during the promo exchange, and even Lynch had to directly address the AJ Lee chants as it was so insanely loud. Becky being Becky had a great response. "You're chanting for someone who doesn't even work here." And the Usos reunite. A Raw went off the air with Jimmy Uso making the save for his brother Jay, and now looks like the Usos are back together and will be feuding with the Vision moving forward. Now, this is 100% the right move, as the Raw tag division is on life support and is in desperate need of a credible, legitimate tag team. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, a pointless opening segment. WWE spent 20 minutes on an opening segment that didn't need such an extended runtime. The purpose of the segment was to set up a tag team match between the Vision versus LA Knight and Jey Uso, but this could have been made without such a lengthy segment. The formula of such a long promo opening Raw is a tradition that WWE should look to deviate away from, and it would be a welcome change of pace to see a Red Brand show open up with a match, not a promo. Number 2, lazy booking. A Raw general manager Adam Pearce would announce at Wrestlepalooza the vacant women's world title would be decided in a singles match between Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. This sounds like a show-stealing matchup, but WWE hyped up an announcement that everyone expected, and they could have easily delivered a tournament over the next few weeks on TV on the road to Wrestlepalooza. But that was the good, the bad. What about the downright ugly, as WWE drops the ball? WWE really made a controversial call not to have AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio in the main event slot of the show. AJ was without a doubt the most over wrestler on the entire show, and fans were clamoring for an AJ Intercontinental title win. Sadly, WWE decided to deliver another El Grande Americano spot, and El Grande would cost AJ the title. This left a really bad taste in the mouths of fans, and to say that fans are unhappy about this booking call would be an understatement. What would you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at why The Rock is never returning to WWE. Now, our top story today looks at The Rock's WWE status and how it could have been revealed that the final boss has no plans to return to WWE anytime soon. Last night, a special screening of The Rock's new movie, The Smashing Machine, took place, and the movie isn't just receiving rave reviews with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, it also received a 15-minute standing ovation. Now, a lot of fans are now speculating that if the movie does well, which looks to be incredibly likely, The Rock is never going to commit to being an active wrestler again, and this means that the dream match versus Roman Reigns will never occur. The Rock, during the media events for the movie, has outright stated that he's no longer seeking box office success when it comes to his movies, and evidently, The Rock is seeking credible, legitimate movies that will allow him to shine as a performer. Now, whilst The Rock may never wrestle again, and some say that his new slimmed down appearance is a clear indicator of this, as The Rock doesn't want to be a typecast for movies anymore, it's worth noting that The Rock remains a TKO board member, so he'll always be involved in WWE in some capacity, just being off camera. Next up, Roman Reigns written off television. Now, as expected, Roman Reigns has been written off TV following Clash in Paris. On Raw last night from France, Michael Cole would reveal that Reigns' injuries were so severe that he'd be out of action indefinitely. Reigns isn't advertised for any of the shows before Survivor Series War Games in November, so that's likely when the Tribal Chief will return to WWE programming. All signs are pointing towards WWE delivering a Team Roman vs Team Vision story for War Games this year. WWE reunited the Usos on Raw this week, and it's likely that Reigns' team consists of the Usos, CM Punk, and potentially even LA Knight. Next up, WWE is high on this wrestler. Now, El Grande Americano is a regular fixture on Raw each and every week, and now it's surfaced thanks to a report from Body Slam that WWE officials are very impressed with Ludwig Kaiser's work with the gimmick. WWE officials are said to be very impressed with Ludwig Kaiser's version of El Grande Americano. Some believe he is and has been a much better fit for the gimmick than Chad Gable. Not that Gable wasn't successful with the gimmick, they just feel that Kaiser's added more character in his short time with the gimmick. It'll be interesting to see what happens going forward once Chad Gable returns from injury. But whilst WWE may be high on the character, some fans believe that the character has run its course. On Raw last night, El Grande cost AJ Styles the Intercontinental title, and this has led to significant backlash from fans. WWE's YouTube upload of the match has a large number of dislikes, and it's a booking call that some are citing as one of Triple H's worst decisions of the year. Next up, a WWE legend buries Becky Lynch. One WWE legend who isn't a big fan of Becky Lynch is Kevin Nash. On the latest episode of his podcast, Nash discussed Lynch's comments relating to Ozzy Osbourne on last week's Raw, and Nash boldly claimed that a run is over in WWE and the business has passed her by. I think her run's over. I think she's grasping. You think there's desperation? I think the business has passed her by. You know, they always say any kind of publicity is good publicity. I don't know, man. If someone passes and you F with the family and the daughter makes the comment, I don't think that's exactly the look WWE or its shareholders, which I'm one of, I'm a TKO shareholder, want coming out of somebody's mouth as a shareholder. Now, a lot of the initial backlash from Lynch's comments have died down over the past few days, and after Lynch's incredible promo exchange with CM Punk on Raw last night, it's evident that she can still play a major role on WWE programming. Next up, a top star breaks character after Raw. Typically, WWE usually delivers some post-show antics to send the crowd home happy following Raw, and for the French crowd last night, WWE really went the extra mile. WWE would have Rhea Ripley, the Usos, and LA Knight yeeting before Ripley and Knight proceeded to take part in the hilarious dance. It's great to see WWE talent have so much fun, and the French crowd certainly deserved a special moment to send them home with a smile on their face. Next up, WWE scams a fan. Now, a fan has taken to social media to show how much of a scam WWE's tickets and gold package is. The fan spent $2,700 for 2 tickets, so that's $1,350 each. This was 2 days before the event and had a face value of around €276, around $323. This meant that the gold package itself cost about $1,027 per person. The fan said that the package included pre-show hospitality with WWE superstar appearances and all-inclusive food and drinks available during hospitality, commemorative WWE Clash in Paris Priority Pass gift, souvenir to be picked up at check-in, and a dedicated Priority Pass entrance. However, the fan said what he actually got was the so-called priority check-in was poorly managed, and we ended up entering the arena 45 minutes late. Food was finger food, and drinks were indeed unlimited and honestly pretty good quality. The Priority Pass was just a lanyard and a badge with the event logo. The souvenir was simply a Clash in Paris pin. But what was the most damaging was the pre-show hospitality. The hospitality lasted 2 hours, but only for about one of those hours did superstars come into the lounge. They stood in front of a photo wall and everyone lined up just to take a quick picture. Interaction time about 5 seconds before and after the photo. The superstars were the Wyatt Six, Rusev, and B-Fab. The fan went on to mention that paying $1,000 for some food and 3 quick photos just felt like a complete rip-off. And we gotta agree, I mean, no offense to B-Fab, but are you paying like a couple of $100 just to get a quick photo with her? If the package included more top stars like Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar even, then it certainly would have been more worth it. But in this case, it just seems like a complete rip-off. What do you guys think? Next up, WWE planning a major angle. Now, there's rampant speculation on social media today that WWE could be planning a major angle. On Raw last night, Punk informed Raw General Manager Adam Pearce that he was going to be on SmackDown in Chicago this week, and Punk even laughed and labeled his plan as tremendous. There are now rumors that this is going to see the WWE return of AJ Lee. Chicago is perhaps the perfect opportunity to bring her back, as the pop she will receive will be groundbreaking to say the very least. Now, whilst it's still not 100% confirmed that AJ is coming back, all signs are definitely pointing in that direction. Her return was heavily teased yet again last night, and Becky Lynch even had to address the chance as it was so loud. Next up, WWE planting the seeds for a new feud. Now it appears that they could be planting a feud between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. On the Raw recap show last night, Waller addressed his former partner, and Waller would outright bury Theory in his comments by stating that nobody cared that Theory beat John Cena at WrestleMania 39. You know what Austin Theory never did? He never said thank you for me for saving his career. You remember that time John Cena buried him live on national television? I remember that. That's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I watch that at least once a week. And the thing is, I remember going to WrestleMania that year. I was with NXT, I'm up in the stands with Carmelo Hayes, and I watched Theory beat John Cena, and no one cared. Waller would then add if Theory comes back, he will say these comments to his face. If he comes back, we'll have words. I've got no problem saying that to his face if he can understand. I'll have to talk really slow. Now, a feud between the former tag team champions is long overdue, and hopefully there's still some interest from the audience in the feud, as WWE have just dragged this out for way too long. It's even become a running joke that Triple H was teasing the breakup every week for a year, and to see the two break up off screen was certainly underwhelming. In relation to Theory, he's still with WWE, he's just out of action with an undisclosed injury. But with Waller actively teasing a program between the two again, it's possible that Theory is close to returning. There's definitely a big push from fans on social media to see Theory return as a babyface, and Theory has a ton of potential in the role. And finally, a new WWE signing revealed. Our final story today takes a look at news relating to a new WWE signing. There have been rumors online for months that they could be signing the Righteous, a team that consists of Vinny and Dutch. And our Fightful Select are reporting that many within WWE believe that they are likely to be WWE bound in the immediate future. A familiar act could very well be headed to WWE. Sources familiar with the situation claim to Fightful that Vinny and Dutch, known collectively as the Righteous, have informed some promoters that they are finishing up their indie dates in the coming months. Word out of WWE is that the company has been interested in them, and many believe that they are likely to be signed. The duo were once rumored to be part of the new Karrion Kross faction, however since Kross has now departed from WWE, they'll have to think of a new way to debut the team. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumours as well as our look at Raw. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.